Okay, we are continuing solving problems in the quiz 2, and in previous video I recorded from 1 to 10, now from 11 to 20. Okay, we are given a slope about this 8, and then coordinate that graph going through -4 and 3, and we need to write down equation of that graph in the form of point slope and in the form of slope intercept. Let's start working. So m is equal y2 minus y1 and x2 minus x1. Now, since we have here only one coordinate, so I'm going to write down y and x in general form. You can put in the other one also. Instead of x, y1, x1, you can take as a y and x. It doesn't matter at all. You will get the same answer. Okay? It's no difference. So from here, I can receive. So, okay, let me show you how I'm doing. If you are interested, you can watch. If you are not interested, you can move ahead. So since this is equation, because we have equal sign, so common denominator going to be x minus x1, which means on this side I'm doing x minus x1, here also x minus x1. And since denominator is the same, so we drop out a window and we get m times x minus x1 is equal y minus y1. Let's plug the numbers. So 8 is coming here, and then -4, that value of x, comes here. Let me change the color. It's kind of where is violet? I want to pick violet color. I don't see much. Okay, let's take this one. So I'll take this. So it's gonna be -4 coming here as an x1, and the 3 is a y, so plugging to y1. And as a result, we are getting 8 times x minus -4, and it's equal y minus 3. So from here, we are getting 8 times x plus 4 and y minus 3. So from here, what we are going to get, that's our point slope form. Point slope form. Now let's write down in the slope intercept form. Slope intercept form looks like y is equal mx plus b. B is available term. Let's say in this case b is equal -3. So I need to rewrite. Let's do this. 8. Let me write down 8x plus 4 equal y minus 3. So let me distribute here. It's gonna be 8x plus 32 equal y minus 3. So from here, I'm moving -3 here. It's gonna be +3. So 8x plus 32 plus 3 is equal y, or 8x plus 35 is equal y. So to rewrite in this format, what we are getting here, y is equal 8x plus 35. Okay. So this is our slope intercept format. Okay, moving to question number 12. We are going to do the same thing, So let me copy. Let me see if I can copy. Doesn't let me paste. Okay, I can type it. Point slope. And slope intercept form. Okay, we have 2 points, -3, 10, and 2, -5. Okay, well, let's do it. First thing, we need to find our m slope. M is equal y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Here, this is going to be x1, y1, x2, y2. By the way, you can rewrite opposite. First pair can go as x2, y2. The second pair, it can be x1, y1. Doesn't matter. So m is equal y2 is -5 minus y1, 10. x2 is 2 minus x1, -3. So result is -5, -10, -15, and 2 plus 3. We are getting -15 over 5, and the answer is -3. So our slope is -3. Now we need to write down in the form of point slope. How we're going to do? Precisely the same way we did in example 11. So we take slope, and we take any point where I can take either first point or second point. So m is equal -3, and let me take first point, which is -3 and 10. So we need to write down in the format. Where is it here? M, let me, there we go. M times x minus x1, let me write down here. M times x minus x1 is equal y minus y1. So let's plug. M is -3. Yes, -3. X minus x1 is -3. And y minus y1 is 10. Okay, so from here, -3 times x plus 3, and is equal y minus 10. So this is our point slope format form. Now we need to write down in the form of equation in the form of slope intercept. Okay, so I'm taking, since I have it -3, 10, let's might as well work with it. So we have for slope intercept, we are using form y is equal mx plus b, and from here, negative this form, I'm going to use -3 x plus 3 y minus 10. So let's multiply -3x minus 9 equal y minus 10. And from here, I want to find y, so I'm moving this here. -3x minus 9 plus 10 is equal y. So -3x plus 1 equal y. Okay. Let me see something. Okay. Plus y, and we need to get the y is equal, practically rewriting negative 3x plus 1. And this is our slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept. And this one was point and slope. Okay? All right, moving to question number 13. So what do we have? We need to graph 2f of x. So number 13. So we have graph y is equal f of x. Let me given y is equal f of x. So graph 2 f of x. Okay, so our graph is, let's say, this one. So y is equal to, okay? So twice, which means if that the y is equal to, that means 2f of x, it's gonna be twice as much. Instead of y is equal to, we are going to get y is equal 4, right? If this is 2, this is gonna be 4. Twice as much. Okay, and that's gonna be our graph. So y is equal 4. Number 14. So we have point given. Points -2, -5, -6, I'm sorry. And parallel, the line that goes through points -2, -6 is also parallel to the line y is equal -5x plus 1. So first we need to write down in point slope form. And we need to write down in slope intercept form. Okay, let's solve it. So first of all, what is our slope here? From this format, slope-intercept format, y is equal -5x and plus 1. Okay, the slope is going to be -5. You have to have in this format only y is equal mx plus b. Other format, the coefficient of x cannot be counted as a slope. Okay, so next, that means our m is equal -5. So we have slope and we have the coordinate -2, -6. By the way, when the equation is running parallel to another equation, their slopes are going to be the same. Why? Because when it's running parallel, the slope is the angle, okay, in physics. So if it's gonna be, therefore it's gonna be the same. So m is -5 and we have points -2, -6. So let's write down where is our form we were using. M times x minus x1 equal y minus y1. Let's write down m times x minus x1 equal y minus y1. Our m is equal -5. x1 is equal -2. This is from -2, -6, and y1 is equal -6. So from here, we are going to have -5 x minus -2 and equal y minus -6. So from here, what do we get? -5 x plus 2 and then y plus 6, right? So when we have distribution here, we are getting -5x minus 10 equal y plus 6. Well, let me remind you that this format that we have here, this is your point slope form. Now here we are going to find, next we are going to find slope and intercept form for the equation that is running parallel to given equation y is equal -5x plus 1. Okay, so let's distribute it. -5x minus 10 equal y plus 6. So from here, -5x, oops, let me use -5x minus 10 minus 6, because I moved 6 on this side, gonna flip the sign, -6 equal y. So from here, -5x minus 16 equal y. Or I can rewrite y is equal 5x minus 16. Okay, so y is equal 5x minus 16 is gonna be our equation in the form of slope-intercept. All right? Okay, this was number 14. Moving to question number 15. So let's see what we have, number 15. So we're given the graph that is passing through points 9 and -3. Let me move a little bit down here, make space. Okay. And running parallel, that graph that going through this point, and it's perpendicular to the line, the equation of which is y is equal 1/5 of x plus 3. Okay, so we need to write the equation of the line in the point slope form. And in the format of slope and intercept. So one more time, we have a line that is running through points 9 and 3, and that line is perpendicular to another line, the equation of which is y is equal 1/5 of x plus 3. So first of all, this the other equation that y is equal 1/5 of x plus 3, it's in the slope-intercept format, right? Which means the slope is equal 1/5. Good, so we have slope and we have point. Now, the slope of this graph, of this equation is 1/5. But since the the graph that we are interested to figure out the equation for, it's running perpendicular, then two lines, when they are perpendicular to each other, the slopes are reciprocal, which means it's the slope for the linear equation that represent this graph. It's gonna be, I am flipping 5 over 1, and it's positive. That means in my case going to be negative, which means it's going to be equal -5. So this is slope for perpendicular lines. Okay, so we have m is -5 and point is 9 and -3. All right, let's write down the form we are using. M times x minus x1 equal y minus y1. So m is -5, x minus x1 is 9, right? That's from 9 and -3, equal y minus y1 is -3. Okay, from here we are getting, so -5x plus 45, here it is, equal y plus 3. Moving this positive 3 on this side, and we are getting 5x plus 45 minus 3 is equal y. And from here, actually this form, let me write down this form. Let me rewrite, I forgot, we need to show in the point and slope form. So the point and slope form is going to be -5 times x minus 9 equal y plus 3. Okay, slope point form, or point slope form. Okay, now if we keep simplifying, we are heading towards a graph that is written by equation in the form of slope intercept. So we get -5x plus 42 is equal y, or I can rewrite y is equal -5x plus 42, and this is gonna be slope intercept form. Okay, all right, moving to question number 16. So for question number 16, we have two functions, f of x is equal 5x minus 1, and we have g of x is equal 5x squared minus 1. So we need to find f composite of g of x. We need to find, this is a, b, we need to find g composite of f of x, c, f composite of g for x equal 1, and d, it's gonna be g composite of f for x is equal 1. Well, let's go for it. So first one, a, f composite of g for general x. So let's solve it. F composite of g for x. That's mean I'm going to enter the value of g of x enter it into this x of f. So this g, we enter into f. Okay? That is going to be equal 5 times. So instead of x, I'm plugging 5x squared minus 1, value of g, and minus 1. So once I distribute, it's going to be 25x squared minus 5 minus 1, and we are getting 25x squared minus 6. Okay, this is A. Now let's do question B. It's going to be more challenging. So which means here we have to take F and enter into G. Okay, so B. So I have 5x squared, 5, and instead of x squared, I'm plugging 5x minus 1 squared, 5x minus 1 squared, and minus 1. So this 5x minus 1, I plug into this x, and it's squared. All right? So let's do it. So first I'm opening 5x minus 1 squared. First of all, for students who are having hard time to use formula, a plus b or a minus b squared, that is equal a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. Then you can use, if you are having hard time to use this formula, you can just go by simple way. 5x minus 1 squared, it's the same thing, 5x minus 1 times 5x minus 1. We just take multiply and you will get the same result. It just the formula I'm using, it's a shortcut, faster and quicker practically. So let's see, 5x minus 1 minus 1 squared. So my a is 5x and my b is negative 1. And I'm getting a squared, which is going to be 5x squared, minus 2 times a is 5x and b is 1, and plus b squared, it's negative 1 squared. So we are getting 5x squared minus 10x and plus 1, because 1 squared is 1. So from here, 5 times 5x squared minus 10x plus 1 minus 1. So let's distribute 25x squared minus 50x plus 5 and minus 1. So from here, I'm getting 25x squared minus 50x, and plus 5 minus 1 is plus 4. And this is going to be our answer. Now let's do C, version C. What do we have version C? Okay, F, composite of G, 4, 1. So the easiest way to plug 1, so we need to plug G into F. So let me first find G of 1. Where is my G? 5x squared minus 1. 5 times 1 squared minus 1, and I'm getting 5 minus 1 equal 4. Well, just since I know f of g of 1 is equal 4, that 4 I'm going to plug into the f of x. Let me write down. F of x is equal, what was that? Equal 5x minus 1. Yes, 5x minus 1. So f of 1, f of 4, it is 4. Because g of 1 I have to enter. So f of 4, it's going to be equal 5 times 4 minus 1. And it's going to be 19. And lastly, we are going to go vice versa. G composite with F for 1. Which means I'm plugging, first I need to find F of 1. Since we have g of x 5x squared minus 1, 5 times 1 squared minus 1, it's going to be 4, right? Same thing. And then g of 4, vice versa, so I'm plugging here. G of 4 is equal, g of f of x is 5x minus 1, okay. Let me take this square, it's still going to be 4. So g of x is going to be 5x squared, so 5 times this 4 squared, and then minus 1, which is going to be equal, the 4 squared is 16, 5 times 16 minus 1, and this is equal, 5 times 16 is 80, minus 1 is equal 79. Okay, and that is the result. So moving to question number 17. Moving to question number 17. So we have f of x is equal 3x plus 2, and g of x is equal x minus 2 divided by 3. So we need to find f of g of x, and this is a, and we need to find g of f of x. Okay, let's start working. So f of g of x, that's the same thing as composite f with g of x. Okay, so which means we plug the value g into x, and here it's gonna be composite g of f with x. So let's do it. So the value the g I'm plugging into f. So x minus 2 over 3, let me write down f of g of x is equal. So 3x, f of x is 3x plus 2. So instead of x, I'm plugging x minus 2 over 3. So, and our f of x has also plus 2. Okay, from here we have f of g of x is equal 3 times x minus 2 divided by 3 plus 2. So this 3 is gone, and f of g of x is equal x minus 2 plus 2, and it's equal x. Now let's do the opposite one. This was a. Let's do g of f of x. So this is equal, so I'm plugging value of f of x into g of x. So x minus 2 divided by 3, that's my g, and let me write down x minus 2 divided by 3, and instead of this x, I'm plugging the expression of f, which is going to be 3x plus 2. Okay, this plus 2 and minus 2 is gone, and 3x and 3, I can cancel this also, and we get x. Look, in both cases we get x, which means we can draw conclusion that they are inverse of each other, because in both cases I got the same value. That means f of x and g of x are inverse of each other. All right, question number 18. So we have negative 4x less equal 20. We need to solve it and graph it. Put the answer in the format of graphing. Pretty straightforward. So we need to divide, since negative 4 less equal 20, we need to divide by negative 4 here, negative 4 here. And one important thing, when you have inequality and you have to divide by negative number, it's going to affect this the inequality sign. It's going to flip. Hold on. It's going to flip the sign, which means this negative 4 is gone. I have x greater equal, and 20 divided by 4 is 5, so it's going to be negative 5. Now to graph it, it's pretty straightforward. So this is 0, this is negative 5, because equal sign is given, so I put this bracket. That means negative 5 is included. And greater than negative 5, okay, I'm sorry. There we go, greater than negative 5. And the line is going to go towards greater than. Okay. Number 19. If to write down in the format of interval, it's going to be negative 5. I don't want that thick. Negative 5, this square bracket, meaning negative 5 included, and positive parentheses, positive infinity, right? But infinity never have and, that's why we put parentheses. Okay, number 19. Let me see what we have with number 19. So we have x minus 2 greater equal negative 4 and less than 3. Okay, let's solve it. So practically we have two inequalities combined in one. One inequality, two inequality. How are we going to solve? Easy way, both. So negative 2 I'm transferring here, and negative 2 I'm transferring here. Okay, so that's going to be negative 4 plus 2. Oof, I keep forgetting that I have thick line there. Negative 4 plus 2, and then 3 also plus 2. You see this 2 I moved on both sides. And from here, negative 4 plus 2 is negative 2, and 3 plus 2 is 5. And this is going to be your answer, and put in the format of interval. So here we have equal sign, which means it's going to be here square bracket, negative 2. But in the case of 5, we don't have here equal sign, so which means 5 is not included. I'm going to put parentheses. Okay. All right. And the last question, number 20. So what do we have? Solving inequality. So 8x minus 14 less equal 5x minus 15. Okay, so I'm going to collect all x's on one side, minus 5x, and available terms on the other side. and I'm getting 3x less equal -1, right? And we divide by 3 here. Oops. Divide by 3 here. This is gone. And we have x is less equal -1/3. So it's going to be less equal, and it's equal sign. So it's going to be 1/3 less equal. Okay, it's going to look like that. And it's less than. So it's going to go here. -1/3. Let's say this is 0. Okay. And in the format of interval, it's going to be from -infinity all the way to -1/3. Because less than, so it's heading to -infinity. So, and we in the interval, we first smaller number, and then at a bigger number. -infinity less than -1/3, right? Okay, that's all. Good luck with your quiz and tests. They are going to be very similar. All right.